Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 602. Why aren't your books selling? There's Stanley. Oh, look at him. He's up. He's looking to get comfortable. Alright, why aren't your books selling? I base everything on the main premise that you write a good book and you put it in the right reader's hands, you're going to get some sales. Having it go wild and lots of sales, well, that requires a little bit extra push, but you got to write a good book, and then you have to put it in the right reader's hands. So the first question is it a good book? It's hard to tell when you're just starting out because you haven't put it in any reader's hands. I've had a lot of people say, well, the first readers liked it. Question is, do they like you? If they like you, then they're less likely to hurt your feelings and tell you that, hey, it's a good book. It could be a good book, but you can't be sure when people have an emotional interest are emotionally invested in you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. So the best thing you can do is you got to find strangers to read your book. This is where author groups and author collabs and author get-togethers. Hey, do you have any readers? I write urban fantasy, you write urban fantasy. Do you have any readers who would like to make a test read of my book? I would appreciate it. And then that's where you'll get much, much better feedback. So is it a good book? And is the right target readership? So have you connected in a way, a positive way, with the right readers? This is through, when you first start, you've got to find other authors just like you who are just starting, but have starting to establish that readership base. And even if you have friends who are, hey, I like reading urban fantasy and my friend's writing a book, those people will give better feedback to a stranger than they will to you. So this is where if you collaborate and you work with other authors that are climbing the ladder at the same point, then you'll get much better feedback and you'll find, hey, this is the right readership or this isn't the right readership. Like my thriller. My thriller wasn't exactly a thriller, and that's a kind of a drawback. But it's great action-adventure, and it does really, really well in that genre. It also does well in romantic suspense, oddly enough. But let's find that out later after I publish. But is the target readership robust? So are you niching yourself down where it's such a small readership, even if you hit 100% of them, you sell 30 or 40 books? That's where, have you written a book with the reader in mind? And a lot of new authors, you have an idea, you write a book. Great. But is that book, does it have a readership that's robust? Is it big enough for you to find out that, hey, this is a good book, but the readership that likes it is just such a small group that it's not going to bring in revenue. And we're talking income here. If you just want, you had to write that book, great. People picked it up and liked it in the sub-niche, great. What did you learn from that? Well, when you have the right readership, you can align a book better, you can write it better for them, they respond better, and everybody wins. And then your next book or the next series, you find a little bit bigger market, write it to those readers, and watch the money waterfall rain down on your head. That's what we all hope for. Because we're keeping readers happy. I mean, if you're selling a lot of books, then those are a lot of readers reading your book. And if you get decent reviews, anything higher than a 4 is good. If you're getting 4.5, 4.8 after 500, 1,000 reviews, hey, life is pretty good. You're getting good money. You're getting good response from the readers. They want to see your next book. That's nirvana. So you keep delivering. And if you're not getting that kind of response, what is turning people off about your book? Somebody's readers pick up your book, even if it's only 3, none of them give you any feedback. Something turned them off about the book. And that's where you have to be a little more forward. You put on your business hat so you don't take it personally. What turned you off about this book? Where did you stop reading and why? That will help me fix it for either this book or for the next book. And that is some of the critical feedback. You have to look internally first and critically before you can move forward. Because if you wrote a book and you think it's the best book ever and you can't sell it, it's probably not the best book ever. If it's just, and it's not marketing, it's about the book. If strangers are not willing to give you any feedback on your book, it's the book. It's not you personally. It's just something in the story didn't resonate. Find out what it is, fix it, and move forward. So, why aren't your books selling? Good book, right reader's hands. Make sure those two things marry up, and then you'll find the rewards that you were seeking. Good feedback, readers willing to pay for your book, and readers wanting more of your stories. That's Nirvana. Peace, fellow humans.